In the crypto world, a token's value can often feel like it's built on pure hype. It's all about speculation, right? But what if a token's price was actually tied to something real? Today, we're going to break down GNOM, a token that's part of an ecosystem trying to do just that, connect its value directly to real-world impact.
And that really gets to the core question of this whole thing. Can a crypto's value actually be linked to something more than just market buzz? I mean, can doing good in the world actually create real financial demand? It's a big question. Let's see if we can find an answer.
All right, so the answer seems to start with the world built around the token itself, and that's called the GNIM Impact ecosystem. Its whole reason for being is to build a solid bridge between digital assets and, actual tangible results out in the real world.
So, what is GNIM Impact exactly? Well, think of it as a system that brings its own token, GNIM, together with two really important partners, charity foundations on one side and sponsored tech projects on the other. It's kind of like the connective tissue that links finance, doing good, and cool technology all together.
So, right at the heart of all this, you've got the GNIM token. And listen, it's not just some passive thing you buy and hold. It's designed to be the actual fuel that makes this whole engine, this engine of profit and purpose, really run.
The whole journey kicks off when someone, let's say you, decides to buy some GNIM. But here's where it gets really interesting. Right when you're buying it on their platform, Gena.fund, you get to make a choice. You decide where your tokens go, which means you have a say in the ecosystem from the very first second.
And that choice sends your GNIM down one of two paths. On one hand, you've got the charity flow. Your tokens go straight into a transparent wallet for a foundation where they help fund social projects and create this permanent public proof of your donation. Pretty cool. Then, on the other hand, you have the project flow. Here, the tokens go to sponsored apps, like one we're about to talk about called Trader Sensei, where they take on a totally different role, in-app utility.
Okay, that word, utility, it's honestly the key to this whole model. So let's follow that path for a minute. To make this feel less like a concept and more like a real thing, we're going to zoom way in on one of these sponsored projects, this app called Trader Sensei. This is where the idea of the token's value stops being abstract and gets very, very real.
So what even is Trader Sensei? Well, it's a tool for crypto traders and people doing research in DeFi. It's a real-world application with real users, which makes it the perfect place to see how GNIM's utility actually works in practice.
So inside the app, users pay a small transaction fee. And the standard fee, if you don't have anything special going on, is 1%. And you pay that in ETH. Now just lock that number in your head for a second. 1%. That's our baseline.
And this is where GNIM comes in and completely changes the game. Just look at this. Without GNIM, you're paying that full 1% fee in ETH. No surprise there. But if you hold and use GNIM, your ETH fee gets cut right in half to 0.5%, and you just pay the other half with your GNIM tokens. It's such a simple but powerful reason to not just own the token, but to actually use it. It literally saves you money.
And there it is. That's the core mechanic right there in action. By giving users a real, tangible discount, the system creates genuine demand that's driven by utility, not hype. Now, anyone using Trader Sensei has a real financial reason to go out and get some GNIM. It's a beautiful, simple loop.
Okay, so we just saw how this works on the micro level with one specific app. Now, let's zoom back out and look at the whole system again. How does that one little interaction help power the entire ecosystem? Well, it all comes down to creating this self-reinforcing value feedback loop.
Let's walk through this value engine together, step by step. Okay, first, users buy GNIM. Second, those tokens are sent to either charities or projects. Third, the projects, like Trader Sensei, create a real need for the token to get those discounts. Fourth, that need drives more users to buy GNIM either for the utility or just to support the causes. Fifth, all that buying puts pressure on the token's liquidity pools. And sixth, well, basic economics tells us that when demand goes up, it can push the market value up too. The key here is that both utility and purpose are directly feeding into market demand.
And the really powerful thing here is that this isn't just a one-trick pony with a single app. The entire model is built to scale. Just imagine a second app, or a third, or 10 more apps plugging into this ecosystem. Every single new project adds another reason to own GNIM, another layer of utility, which helps drive this virtuous cycle of demand.
So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, it becomes pretty clear that this is an attempt to build something more than just another crypto token. The entire structure is really held up by three fundamental pillars.
And here they are, the three pillars of GNIM Impact.
First, you've got profit. This is about creating real value that's driven by tangible utility inside apps. Second, there's purpose, linking that financial value directly to measurable social good through charity. And third, you have participation, which is all about empowering you, the user, to decide where funds go. It's the way these three ideas work together that really makes this model so unique.
Which, of course, brings us all the way back to that big question we started with. Could this be a blueprint for what value looks like in the future? A model where an asset's worth is completely intertwined with its usefulness and its impact on the world. Now that's a question worth thinking about.